Merry meet Leo, Leo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Leos starting today, the 16th, no, the 18th, 21st, the 18th of May, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Honeypaw and the lovely Shirley. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you, Leos and friends of Leos, for joining us today. I'm reading with this beautiful Spanish tarot today, and I've already purified with this gorgeous Spanish Eau de Cologne, Agua de Colonia Concentrada by Alvarez Gomez. Oh, my tongue isn't working yet this morning. You can find links to purchase both of the products in the video description of this video on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch the shuffling, just use the timestamps to get to the reading. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. Right now that's a bunch of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale. But we're going to have a full-on retail shop soon, and the soft launch will be coming sometime later this month. Stay tuned, and we'll let you know all about that. Just remember, this does go out to a lot of Leos, so if for some reason it doesn't seem like it's applying to you, it may just not be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign other than whatever Leo is. And you can find the, also we have a general reading, daily reading for all signs. And you can find the most recent restreams of all of that on our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. If you'd like to give a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. On YouTube, you could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We appreciate your support. And Leo, we appreciate you for being here for this 2-week reading. This is feeling pretty darn shuffled, so I think maybe 1 or 2 more should suffice. And we'll get this show on the road. I'll give this deck a nice clean cut and see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Leos for the next couple weeks. All right. The High Priest, also known as the Hierophant or the Pope. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. And then the 10 of Cups. You're doing great. You're doing really well. It seems like you might have had, I don't know if it was a run-in. We'll open that up and see what it is. But somehow you've had to reconcile your relationship with some sort of authority figure. It could be a company. It could be a government agency, it could be a person, it could be a parent, it could be a boss, whatever it is. But you're doing well. Whatever that was, you did the right thing, because where you're headed now is absolute joy, absolute happiness, a really beautiful outcome to whatever it is that's been going on. And I want to acknowledge that it's because of you, because of how you handle things. You're handling things in the right way. You're looking within, Leo. You're really taking charge of your own inner powers, your own inner forces, and it's really paying off. It's doing well, and the only thing that I want you to be aware of is you're going to have some beautiful outcomes. There's going to be some wonderful things happen, and I don't want you to relegate those things into a timeline and say, oh, isn't it wonderful that that thing happened, and then stop there. Yeah, it's wonderful that that thing happened, but that thing is an indicator of a happily ever after, which can occur when you stay in the present moment and recognize that you're in charge of your mind, and that if it happened once, it can happen again, and if it happened twice, it can happen perpetually, because the present moment is where eternity is. Ever after in the fairy tales, really the esoteric meaning of happily ever after is happiness in the present moment. So stay present. You're doing so well. Let's open everything up and see what the what. What the what? Okay, we've got the Page of Wands followed by the, what is this? The Eight of Wands. and then the Page of Coins. So good news about money and career. Good news about money and career. Now, there's some things that need to be brought into focus, some things that need to be completed and ended, and I think that's going to happen almost without your being involved. Just the only reason I sometimes this is a positive card, this Eight of Wands, because like I said, it means things are completing, things are ending. So that there's not as many balls in the air. And that's wonderful. The only time that this can be something that you need to look at is if you have this thing about completion. If you have a pattern in your mind that when things get complete, that makes you feel unsafe or something like that, this can be a stressful thing. But it shouldn't be, because whatever is there's not a negative card in the bunch here. You're doing really well. So remember that over these next couple of weeks. If you assume something's scary or you assume something's bad or wrong, rethink that. I'm not saying that it's not. I mean, you definitely want to trust yourself, but make sure that you're not just concocting it based on old patterns. Make sure you're not projecting onto a situation something that's not there, because it looks like the things that are completing are being completed in a very quick and efficient manner, in ways that are just bringing you farther and farther into this happiness that is indicated by this Ten of Cups. This Page of Coins and this Page of Wands are both good news cards. And so how do you handle good news? How are you handling good news? Do you discount it because it's too good to be true? Don't do that. If it's good news, it's good news. Is the good news something that is maybe not as obvious? That's the other thing too. Sometimes the good news that is indicated by these two pages have to do with new beginnings, have to do with learning new things and trying new stuff out, and having sort of an innocence about your life where you're open-minded. And that's when the good news comes in, is because you're being open-minded and you're seeing things in a new way and you're trying new things out. And many times those things work better than anything else that you've ever been doing. So keeping an open mind, keeping that sort of beginner's mind. Both of these cards also are cards of beginner's luck. And beginner's luck is another thing, just like this Ten of Cups, that can be perpetual. If you keep your mind open, if you kind of always look at everything innocently, and even if it's something that you've done a million times, but you say, well, I don't know, I'm gonna come at this like a child, that I'm open to seeing this in a new way. When you do that, then you align with that beginner's luck, and everything starts to just work out for you in very mystical ways. And that's exactly what's in store for you. Now, the only thing about this High Priest card is it's here. Even though it looks like it's in the past, it is here. So it's something that you want to keep in mind, that whatever this authority figure was, or this feeling even of powerlessness in the presence of these authority figures in the past, this is something that you want to recognize that you've moved past, that you've healed, that you don't, this is not an old pattern that needs to be repeated anymore. You've done it. You're in a good place. You don't need to keep going back and learning this lesson. You've learned it. You've learned it really well. I do have a meditation based on this. Since this is the only trump card in your reading, you may want to listen to it sometime over the next couple of weeks. It's based on this Pope card, and it's called Overcoming Feelings of Powerlessness. And it's a good one, because even though I think you already have overcome that, it's not a bad one for you to listen to, just to reinforce that, so that you recognize this is the new reality. This is the new normal. You're no longer feeling powerless. Your power doesn't come from people. Your power comes from within. And that's what this, Queen of Cups is teaching you. And that's so that if you're not doing some sort of, regular kind of spiritual work or mental work, maybe you're in therapy, maybe you're doing meditation, psalm work, magical work, law of attraction, whatever. If you're not doing something on a regular basis, I would do something on a regular basis, something that's intentional and enjoyable to you, because that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. Psychic development, all that kind of stuff. just really focusing on the inner realms and recognizing that that's where your power lies. And when you can always find your power within you, these people, situations, circumstances, events, companies, governments, whatever it is, they don't bother you anymore because you know they don't have power over you. They're all just some Goliath, and you're the perpetual David, and nothing can touch you. And that's a really beautiful thing. And remember that this Queen of Cups is that gateway into that eternal power that is in your soul. And your soul has power over everything. It's just that the ego co-opts our power for us. And so we think we aren't powerful. But if you can keep going within, that heaven within from the New Testament, that's what that means. You just go within and you find your power every single day. Nothing can touch you. But it looks like you're already doing that. Most of you, anyway, are already doing that. If not, don't miss the boat. It's time, because things are really, really going well for you, or at least they're supposed to be. And really, you can't make a misstep if you are connected to that inner guidance, if you're connected to that inner power. The only thing that you want to make sure of is that you stay on top of that. Because you don't want whenever things are going really, really well, the ego does like to come in and say, well, what can we do to upset things? And the only vulnerabilities I see are this old pattern about feeling powerless, and this other, when things end and get complete, this possible nervousness about things being complete. There's this, I don't know where it comes from, but a lot of us have it, where if everything is complete and everything's done and there's no balls in the air and there's no loose ends, it's like, okay, this is just awful. What do I do? I got to mess something up because I can't stand this feeling of completion. And that's a good thing for you to look at if that's true for you, because you want to get through that. You want to get over that and get used to feeling complete, get used to being happy, get used to having joy. And knowing that can be perpetual for you. And don't let that ego say, oh, this is boring. It's not boring. It's not boring at all. It's actually the opposite of boring. It's exciting, it's blissful, and it's ecstatic all at the same time. And that's what's available to you. So don't let the ego give you these opportunities to kind of mess things up because, oh, how boring when everything's complete and put in its place. And no, it's not boring at all, because you've got these 2 pages here giving you constant input of news and information and new skills and new adventures and new fabulousness. And it's fabulosity in your career and fabulosity in your finances. Isn't that wonderful? And this 10 of Cups is saying happily ever after is something that is your birthright. And you can do it. You can do it just by staying connected to that inner self, that inner power. And Leo, you have this. You have this. And you're doing really well. I'm very happy for you. All right, thank you for spending some time with me. I so appreciate you. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honeypaw, Shirley, and Dre. And we'll see you in a couple weeks, Leo, for another 2-week reading. Blessed be.